Hello, everybody. All right, so this is a video that gives me no great pleasure in making, um, but nonetheless, it is what it is. I don't make the news, I just report on it. Uh, right side broadcasting is not the hardcore pro Trump company that we thought that they were, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a message here. So, yesterday, they fired one of their opinion writers for writing unflattering things about Ron DeSantis. Uh, that's a little strange, no? I thought they were a pro-Trump outfit. Um, that doesn't mean that, you can't cover stuff fairly, but an opinion guy gets fired because they didn't like that he wrote a truthful but unflattering article about Ron DeSantis. More to come. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video sponsor is IPVanish. Get secure and private access to the internet. Whether you need a Wi-Fi hotspot shield or local network protection, we have a solution for you. IPVanish VPN simplifies online security at home and on the go with setups for desktop, mobile, consoles, and routers. It takes just one tap to defend your online data using our VPN app. Unite security and convenience through advanced settings that help protect your online activity automatically, so you don't have to remember. IPVanish is online security made easy. Sign up today at covfefe.click/VPN. covfefe.click/VPN. Okay, so the writer, his name is Preston Para. Sorry if you hear this and I pronounce your name wrong, buddy, but it's Parra. You can find him on Twitter at the Preston Para. So at ThePrestonParra. He's a young man. Seems like a good kid. Had an opinion about Ron DeSantis. And Right Side Broadcasting didn't think that he should share his opinion. Why shouldn't an opinion writer write their opinion, regardless of what it was? Even if it was, a criticism of Trump. I mean, you can't have that opinion. And it kind of irritates me a little bit. I don't remember exactly what he was saying now, but something along the lines of they were afraid, because people give money to Right Side Broadcasting, right? That's kind of how they operate, donations and everything. And they were afraid that, maybe they wouldn't get some money from the Ron DeSantis viewers. So you're not supposed to tell the truth. Not for nothing, this whole Trump arrest thing, once again, exposed the snakes in the grass, right? I did a video when it first came out that he was saying he was going to be arrested Tuesday, which probably is going to end up being sometime next week, by the way. There's another witness on Wednesday and whatever. Somebody got ahead of something. Nonetheless, more than likely they're going to indict him because it's not about facts. This is about a narrative and, 2024 and whatever. But anyway, now, it wasn't Preston that told Ron DeSantis to wait 3 days before making a statement. It was Ron DeSantis. So if this guy has an opinion, about that, what's wrong with that? You don't have an opinion? I know I have an opinion. Thing is nobody tells me what to say, right? I think Ron DeSantis is Mike Pence 2.0. And yeah, I know I'm an asshole, smoke another one, bob. You all told me the same thing when I said that about Mike Pence. And how'd that work out? So here we go. Mike Pence 2.0, Ron DeSilents. Anyway, the guy takes 3 days to come out. Then you don't even make the statement on your own. You get asked a question, which, by the way, was a pre-scripted question. Don't think the Democrats are the only ones that do that, right? It was a hand-selected journalist, a pre-selected question. He knew it was coming. There was an answer prepared, and the answer sucked, right? Now, I don't like Ron DeSantis. I don't hide that for many reasons, which this video is not about. But the guy could have come out of this with a little bit of brains. He's obviously not too smart, and whoever's advising him and writing his statements isn't any smarter than he is. All the guy had to do is come out before anybody else, like a leader, and disavow the behavior. You do not do political prosecutions of your political opponents. Period. Republican, Democrat. You do not use our system of justice as a weapon against political opponents, against American citizens, like we've seen in January 6th, business competitors. You do not use the system of justice as a weapon. Period. How hard is it to come out and say that? The guy didn't even need to say the word Trump if he had come out right away and made a really strong statement. But, the problem is Ronnie Boy and his lobbyists and donors, we needed to test the waters, man. You need to say the perfect thing at the perfect time and in the perfect way, and let us test out these lines. We'll get these media influencers to put it out there and see what gets the least amount of shit, right? Poll everything and see exactly, what's the best statement to make. That's not what we want. That's not MAGA. That's what we ran like hell from. And now today, you have Emerald Robinson blowing up all sorts of shit about these media influencers. Don Jr. just did, I think it was yesterday, on his podcast as well, talking about that these are all paid influencers, that are doing this. And you can see it. Every time that there is a opportunity to kick Trump in the balls, it's the same people. Ben Shapiro, Jenna Ellis. Bryson Gray, I hate that guy. He's another one. He's a better actor than the rest of them. But nonetheless, I'm not going to get in the business of naming every single one of them. There's a lot of them. But they're the same group of people over and over and over and over. They were never really on our side. They're opportunists. They made a lot of money off of Trump, and now they're making a lot of money to be pro DeSantis, probably paid for by DeSantis. And his donors. But nonetheless, for me, right side broadcasting is out. One of the reasons I even started doing these videos is because of shit like this. You find somebody who's decent to listen to that has good information, and then it seems like after a certain amount of time, they completely do a U-turn, or they start putting out bullshit, or they start taking cheap shots at Trump, or it's the same shit over and over and over and over again. And quite frankly, I got sick of it. It's like, well, there's really nobody good to listen to. I mean, not nobody, because there are quite a few, actually, a couple really good journalists on our side. James O'Keefe, for instance, right? Dude's a badass. He's on our side. Raheem Kassam, he's on our side. I know that for a fact. Jack Posobiec, right? he's he's proven to be a solid as well. And he's been from day one, uh, since Trump came down the escalator. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that I think are good that, I just maybe don't agree with on some stuff. And that's okay too. But overall, most of them are garbage. So many opportunists, so many people that you've seen come and go in the last 6 years. They make a lot of money, they get to a certain point, and then they do the what does Dan Bongino call it? The dipsy do flipperoo, and that's it. It's like you're dealing with a different fucking person. Um, you see it over and over and over again. And yesterday, with the Trump arrest story, um, the same thing. And it's the usual suspects. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's the same people, the same stuff, the same nonsense, right? Uh, be careful who you follow. And quite frankly, I don't even like that term, to be honest with you. Absorb, listen, view. Don't follow, right? Be a leader. Take the information, process it, figure out what it means to you. Don't allow other people, including me. I mean, I usually try not to, but I mean, I'm an Italian. I got to stick my opinion in where I got to stick it in, right? But uh, don't allow people to influence the way you think. Absorb the information and come to an opinion on your own. You might totally disagree with me on Ron DeSantis. That's fine. We don't have to agree. I know what I see. I know what I know. But I don't ask and I don't expect to change anybody's opinion on him. But if I get one or two people curious enough to do a little digging, I'd say I've done my part, right? I'm not here to tell people what to think. I'm just here to put information out and you figure out whatever it is that you think it means. I mean, as I said, I am an Italian, so I got to give you my opinion. That's just, I don't think we can control ourselves with that, but it's at very least labeled as my opinion when it is my opinion. And speaking of my opinion, number one, just to reassure a lot of you guys, and this part isn't my opinion, this is fact, there is no Trump case, right? I'm not saying that they won't indict because they're corrupt. I'm saying that if we had a fair system of justice and courts that weren't dishonest, and yes, I know that's not reality, this case is a go nowhere case. First of all, 2-year statute of limitations on the what did they? I can't remember how they miscategorized or whatever. He said it was a legal expense and it whatever mislabeled. I don't remember what the hell they called it, but that part of it, which is the only thing that the New York district attorney has, is a 2-year statute of limitations for something that happened 7 years ago. Now, I'm not that good at math. I hope you're a little better than I am. But 7, that's a lot larger than 2, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, the other thing they could do is try to say that that misdemeanor happened during another felony or during the act of a felony. And then that changes the statute of limitations from 2 years to 5 years. Now, once again, there's a couple problems. I'm not good at math, but 7 is still bigger than 5, right? That's what I thought. Oh, it's strange. And the other problem with that is the federal part of this crime, which they would say is because he paid this to influence the campaign, right, is what they were trying to go with. The problem with that is the federal government has already declined to prosecute that because there's no case. So you don't even have that. But on a good day, you have a crime with a 5-year statute of limitations 7 years later. So tell me again about that. Not only that, but Michael Cohen also just got caught lying to the grand jury yesterday. That'll come out. His lawyer, or his old lawyer, came out. I think he was on Tucker Carlson and a couple other places talking about that. So there is no case. We know that. The guy would be in prison already, right? But when things are as corrupt as they are, it doesn't matter if there's a case. They just make shit up. And I'll leave you with this. I'm kind of, I'm hesitant to say this. Not because it's not true, or I say it all the time, and I know people are probably sick of hearing it, but it's got to be said. People corrupt enough to put innocent people in prison. And I'm not saying that Trump is going to end up in prison. But the J6ers have. Okay. So same thing applies. We know, we've seen what we need to see, right? People who are willing to A, murder. Let's think about Seth Rich for a minute. B, put innocent people in prison. Destroy the world with a bioweapon, aka COVID. Now we're on to indicting former presidents for fabricated, manufactured crimes that never took place. You don't think those people will steal a third election? Yet, still, to this day, you can't get people on board with taking the necessary actions to rally or encourage, motivate, whatever word you want to use, the state legislatures to, at very least, get rid of the voting machine so we at least have a chance of winning. That's all we're asking for, is a fair shot, right? We have the votes. All we need is a fair system. Yet, you can't convince people to do anything. Oh, well, that'll never happen, Vincent. Oh, keep smoking that stuff, brother. Oh, yeah. That's the only way we win. Okay? We're not outvoting the steal. These people aren't going to go away on their own. They're not going to suddenly become people of moral character. They're not going to have a change of heart and not rig it. They're not afraid of getting caught. They've already been caught. Nothing happens. They're the ones in control. In my opinion, I see a lot of people freaking out about the Trump arrest. I think it's a good thing. I think a lot of you guys need some, a nice hot flame under your ear ends to get us motivated to do the things that we need to get our guy in there. He needs our help. We need to help him. Sitting on our asses doing nothing at home, he's not going to win. We've got the votes. We've got the votes, and we're gaining more every day. That doesn't matter when they could just hit a button and completely change the result. And they're willing to do it. I don't know why people, I see people all over Twitter today. Oh, they'll never arrest Trump. Oh, yeah, they don't care. They don't care. I don't know what I got to do to convince you people. They don't care. Who's going to stop them? Department of Justice? The FBI? Who? Okay, so Congress, they'll do some hearings. Who gives a fuck? They don't care. Think about it. Make sure you hit the like button. Helps get this video seen. Share it with your friends. That always helps as well. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out the sponsors in the description below. It's not easy finding people willing to host videos like this, sponsor videos like this without telling me what I can and cannot say. I've had a few of them try to tell me what to say, and you know what the response to that was. Fuck you. I won't do that. Anyway, combat online censorship with the VPN from IPVanish at covfefe.click/VPN. I'm telling you, the feds are watching everything that all of us do, say, and everything else. I would cover your traffic with the VPN. And it's also worth pointing out, don't say any stupid shit online. Know you're being listened to. Okay? Anything that we do needs to be legal, peaceful, and effective. I'm going to say that again. Legal, that means lawful, right? No breaking the law, legal. Peaceful, that means no violence. Don't beat the shit out of people. Don't break things, punching cops, none of that shit. Peaceful. Be hands to yourself. And effective. We don't need to put ourselves in the street like a bunch of sitting ducks only to get set up. However, that doesn't mean that we do not protest and sit by and do nothing. We need to come up with smart ways to peacefully, legally protest in a way that is effective. We can do it. We just got to think a little bit about it and then take action. That's all I have to say here. Until next time, bye.